Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Layla and today I'm going to be sharing with y'all my income report for June 2023. I'll be going over my business income, my extra income, as well as my business expenses. Please know that these videos are never a brag. This is just documenting my journey, just like everything else. I like to share with y'all every detail about my finances. As for my business, I have a couple of YouTube channels, I have a couple of blogs, I also offer financial coaching. I have an Etsy shop where I sell digital downloads, and then from everything, I also receive affiliate sales as well as sponsorships. For extra income, you will see where everything is coming from, but oftentimes it's random apps that I have or credit card cashbacks. Oftentimes I am opening random accounts to get sign-up bonuses, but everything that I go through, I will explain in detail. And then of course, my business expenses, which have increased over the last few months. So let's go ahead and hop in. I'm gonna start with my business income. Everything will be sorted from lowest earning to highest. Okay, first thing, the lowest piece of business income was actually coaching. So I do have a couple of clients right now, but one paid upfront and then one person is month to month. So that was $50. I do have spots open if you're interested in working with me one-on-one. I will help you to budget, save, get out of debt, all the things. Next would be Etsy. That was $84.13, not too bad there. Then Mediavine. Mediavine puts display ads on my lifestyle blog, livingLikeLayla.com. $167.89. This is basically passive income at this point because I have not written on that blog in years, but I do want to get back to it. I say that in every video. It's hard to find the time. Buy me a coffee / direct support. This is coming from people who watch my videos. So there are some people who choose to directly support me either through the platform Buy Me a Coffee or through Venmo. So it may just be direct support. Anything that I receive there, I put to my brokerage account now. That was $195.75 for June. Next is Google AdSense, and that's display ads for this YouTube channel, or both of my YouTube channels, but primarily this one that you're watching. That was $1,141.26. And then the final thing, affiliates / sponsors. The bulk of this is actually affiliate sales. $1,626.71, a pretty solid month with $3,265.74 total. I will go ahead and pop over to my online income goal tracker. My goal for the year is to make at least $30,000 from my business. In June, I added in the $3,265.74, and you can see I am over 67% of the way to my goal, which is amazing because we're only halfway through the year, and obviously I am beyond 50% as far as progress goes. So I do expect to achieve this goal and then some. So far this year, I have earned over $20,200 and I have about $9,700 until I reach that 30K goal. But yeah, I think we'll get closer to 40K, potentially above that, which is very exciting. So thank you to y'all. Thank you for being here so much. My dreams are coming true. Next, let's go into my extra income. I will say that this part is a little bit crazy and it was a high income month, extra income month for me, and I will show why. So first thing, Citi cashback, my Citi credit card, $16 there. I did receive an Amazon gift card. This was actually from an acquaintance / friend who I have been chatting with about Salesforce here and there, and I just had a call with her and she decided to thank me by sending an Amazon gift card, which was super nice of her, but absolutely not necessary. Like, I'm willing to hop on a call with anybody about Salesforce if you need some help. So she sent me $25, so thank you. That was Jamie, by the way. I didn't mention that in like any Transfer Tuesday because that was on Amazon, but that was Jamie. So thank you so much, Jamie. I appreciate you. Upside. So Upside is an app where you can get cash back on gas. And I really like using this. I use it now every single time that I do get gas. And I finally cashed out. That was $33.60. I have my referral down below, so you can get that. And I think you get like an extra amount of cash back per gallon if you use my referral. Google Fiber refund. So I recently moved out of my apartment and I had Google Fiber. The final month that I was there, I did pay the full month even though I was only there for a little bit. And so they had to refund me. and that was $44, which was great. I also, if you remember last month, or at least in my spending, I mentioned that I ended up paying for the box even though they were supposed to pay for that, or like I was under the impression that they were supposed to pay for that. They were. So unfortunately I couldn't be reimbursed for that. I paid $16 just for a box. I could have gone home and like gotten a box, but I was already at the place. It was at a FedEx that I dropped it off. And what's weird with Google Fiber is when you send back their box, you have to, there's like 2 separate QR codes. So you get 2 separate emails, one for the actual return, like the label, and then the second one for them to pay for the packaging. So if you have Google Fiber and you end up canceling and switching, whatever, make sure you scan both of them. You should be completely covered. So that was a loss on my part for $16. I asked for a reimbursement, but they could not do that, so whatever. Next is Facebook Marketplace. I actually sold my mattress. I sold my whole bed. So there's mattress, box springs, as well as this metal frame that just went under the bed. That was $120 cash, so finally got that out of the way. It was just chilling in the garage ever since I moved in, and I was happy. The guy was super nice. I'm always scared about Facebook Marketplace. Like, he had to come to my house because I'm not putting that on my car. But I'm always nervous about that, and he was super friendly, and it all worked out. And then Chase checking referrals. A few people signed up for a Chase checking account. You do get a $200 bonus if you sign up. That is always linked down below. Thank you to those of you who did use my link, because I got $300 in June. I have a full video reviewing that account, and I think that's where people are finding it. But yeah, thank you so much. Next is my Georgia state tax refund. Finally, I filed my taxes back in March. Usually I get my state refund within like a couple of weeks. For some reason, Georgia state was having issues. I don't know, I saw on Reddit that a lot of people were not getting their refunds even though they filed like months ago. So I finally got on the phone with them. It was a 2-hour hold. 50 something people were ahead of me. And then it was very simple. Once I got somebody on the phone, they just like confirmed some things and released the funds. That was $735. I am disappointed that it was tied up for over 3 months. But it's fine. I have it now, and I was able to, put that money where I wanted to. So hopefully next year there's not a problem with that. I'm not sure what the holdup was, but glad I finally got that. I'm actually going to try to avoid getting a refund from now on. It is kind of nice to have a little bit of extra cash to come in. I know that that's my money, so it's not income. Somebody's called that out before, but it is income technically because it's extra money that I'm using in that month, But I would prefer for the government to not have my money because they're not paying me interest for having that, even though if the roles were switched and I owed them money, they would, pop on a fee, pop on interest and all of that. So I definitely want to avoid getting a refund next year. I'm going to try to make it all align correctly. And then final thing here, this was my apartment deposit refund, which I think this number is wrong. I talked about this in my June finance update video. They gave me $3,000 back. And I called my apartment as soon as I opened this, because when I opened it, my jaw dropped. I was like, what is this? I don't think I put a $3,000 deposit. I did not put a $3,000 deposit. So I called them. I was like, is this correct? Am I fine to deposit this? She told me that's what we owe you. She spoke with the manager. She put me on hold. She said, that's what it's supposed to be. And they said, that's your money. So I deposited it. I did just put that to my emergency fund. So I'm not going to spend it. You guys know that I don't typically spend a lot of money anyway, but I'm not going to tie it up in anything, of course. I'm just going to keep that there in case they do call me back at some point and they're like, hey, we sent you too much. But for now, I'm just going to take it as that I manifested that into my life and as a nice little blessing I was there for a long time. I lived at that apartment complex for over 4 years, so I know I paid a lot of money to them. So I'm going to take it as I'm just going to take it and keep it in my savings, earn some interest on that. But it helped me out a ton with my emergency fund. Altogether for extra income, it came to $4,273.60, which is definitely the highest I've seen in ever or quite some time. I'm not sure, I'd have to go back and look, but yeah, that deposit refund was really the largest chunk of that. And of course, I will pop over to my extra income tracker now as well. So for this tracker, you are seeing that I have a $6,000 extra income goal for the year. I didn't really set this at the beginning of the year. It was just it's something I put on here so that I could track it. And clearly I have gone over that. I added in my extra income for June, and now I am 150% of the way to the goal. So about 3,000 over the goal. So far I have earned $9,025 from extra income. Like y'all saw, this does include my tax refunds and things like that, which I know isn't true income, but it's money that's coming to me in the month, which I'm able to use for my expenses, and I account for that. So I see it as extra income. Even if I didn't include that, I think I would be at the 6K mark, or I would be close to the 6K mark. So yeah, I just like to track everything, but I still am just gonna keep the 6,000 goal. Basically, I can say that I've already achieved this goal, and you know, maybe I'll get to 12K or something, 13K. With 6 months left in the year, I think I'll earn a decent amount still. But yeah, very grateful for that. And it's really exciting to be able to, you know, the refunds are one thing, but to earn income from like sign up bonuses and credit cards, that is my favorite thing. I love passive income. Oh, by the way, somebody did mention that because I earn interest in my high yield savings account, that I should like start including that as extra income, since I have to pay taxes on that, and also since I like count all my other bonuses and stuff, which they're right. It's just like kind of a, I don't know, if I earn interest, that money is just being put back into the savings, like whatever. For example, I have my student loans saved up, right? And like last month, I think I made 130 something in interest alone on that savings. But that's just going back into my savings. Even if it's not my student loans, it's going to my emergency fund or whatever. So I would have to like make sure I account for that in my budget, and it would just be like I would have to add more line items since I'm not actively contributing to all of my sinking funds. But typically each month there is interest being added, so I would have to like count that as income and then include that in my spending. So that's why I typically avoid it, but maybe for these videos, maybe next year I'll start doing that. It's not a bad idea, and you are right, like I have to pay taxes on that and it is extra income, but it's just not something I've ever included in here. But just know there is some other income coming in. It's my favorite way to, that's truly passive income, and it's the best way to get money. So, okay, final thing for me to go over are my business expenses. These are also from smallest to largest. So first up would be Google Workspace. I pay for this every month, $16.80. Domains, so it's kind of funny because, so in June I was just sitting there, and I oftentimes, if I'm walking, if I'm in the shower, if I'm even during work or anything, I am just like constantly thinking, and I thought of a business idea. I'm not going to talk about it now just because it's not something I am actually taking action on right now, but I thought of like a brand name and everything, so I purchased 2 domain names to, it's the same thing but like different structuring to it. So yeah, I just thought of this idea and I was like, I'm gonna do that in the future. And I really think I will. It's not gonna be anytime soon, or maybe, you know, not for the next year and a half or so, but something that I would like to pursue. So anytime I think of an idea, or I think I just want to be able to claim that name before somebody else gets it. And luckily the domain name was available. So altogether that was $47.98. When I purchase domain names, I prefer to buy through SiteGround. They have a pretty good offer. I think you can get like a discount off of a year of hosting and a domain name and all that stuff. It's always linked down below. That's what I use for my blogs. I absolutely love SiteGround. Their customer service is insane, like impeccable. But yeah, that's where I get my domains as well. I really like that company. Anyways, on to the next would be a consulting service. I was working with this guy. He was potentially going to be like a copywriter for me, but I decided not to go that route. And but I did want to pay him for his time, just like having calls with me. So he charged me $100, which is fine. And then LegalZoom, I think I mentioned this last month because I paid a larger fee last month, but I am trademarking this business, and that application did go through this month. So I signed all the documentation, spoke with the attorney, and that was submitted. So that filing fee for the state of Georgia was $250. I actually learned that the whole application process takes like a good 2 years. Like they're not going to tell me anything for basically the next year and a half. So it has to like be in the system for some time in case anybody wants to like go against it. They have to, there's like a huge backup because of, I think, COVID and stuff. So yeah, it's just gonna be a long time before everything gets approved, but it's in the process, so that's exciting. I'll keep you updated in the next couple of years. And then the final thing is LT Media. That was $600. So this is the company that is editing my shorts. They actually edited a video for me recently. That's not included here, but yeah, they've been helping me out with that. I really like the people who are doing that for me, so happy to pay them for that. Altogether, my business expenses were $1,014.78. So yeah, I've been investing a little bit more into my business just because I feel like the timing is right. I feel much more confident in the trajectory of where my business is headed, and I think it's time to start taking things a little bit further. So yeah, you'll start to see over the next few months that what I'm paying is increasing. And that's everything for my online and extra income for June 2023. I do have a full-time job, so I always mention that when I'm going through my budget as well as my monthly updates, so you can see the full amount that I'm earning there. This is all just supplemental income. I don't rely on it really whatsoever since I have my full-time job, but it does allow me to invest more, save more, reinvest back into my business, and it's something that I eventually would like to take full time, and that's what I am working towards. So eventually this will be my sole source of income and what I will be using to live on a day-to-day basis. So we'll see when that actually happens, but I'm very grateful to see the progress. Thank you so much for watching and being here. A lot of this would not be possible without you. So always, I would like to say thank you for being here. Feel free to ask any questions if you want to know anything further. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one.